Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Shauna. Today I'll be doing a collective weekly, hopefully I can get these going weekly, Oracle card energy forecast. So these are general readings, so if it does not resonate, maybe check out some of my other videos, or there are plenty of other readers, talented readers on YouTube, and these are not date specific. So if you get this message a week from now, a month from now, take the message when it resonates, and yeah. So let's get into this. I'm working right now with my crystal mandala deck, and I may move over to the Imperial Dragon deck if I feel called to. So as I've been doing my own clearing and did a meditation before this reading, there feels like there's a sense of tightness and control in the heart chakra, and I say control tentatively, but it does feel like the energy I'm feeling into is like a withholding. There's something that maybe you don't want to see, or you don't want someone else to see, or you don't want to say, and I want to get more energy around that. What is this energy coming up in the collective? Okay. Get one more, because this card keeps coming out. Trust me, I shuffle them so thoroughly, and weekly I've been getting the same message. So there we go. All right, let's see what's coming up. So first, we have meaningful sacrifice. Again, this is throat chakra energy and sacral energy, the orange and the blue. When this card came out a couple of weeks ago, I was getting the feeling of this very gentle unfolding energy from within the sacral. This is, this is a very balanced energy, and the meaningful sacrifice is, letting go of the things, or control over the things that you thought were keeping you safe, negative thought patterns. The meaningful sacrifice, it's not always letting go of something from the 3D, which it may be that, letting go of habits, letting go of people, letting go of a job that's not serving you, or could be energetic. Letting go of negative thought patterns, letting go of trauma, whatever this card is indicating to you, whatever this meaningful sacrifice is, the fact that it's coming up again, it does feel like there's more being asked of you. There's something that's a little deeper that you're being asked to release, or hand over to just, to gift it. To gift it to your process, to gift it to a higher will. Because whatever it is, you've been holding on tight to it for a long time. And it would be, it's something that you couldn't really imagine not clinging on to. A heavy identifier. If it's an external 3D situation, maybe it's a job you've been in for a long time, or a relationship you've been in for a long time, just something that's been there for a really, really long time. And this card coming out again is indicating this is a gentle nudging from the universe. You've been given signs, you've been giving indicators that it's time to let go of this. But there's still this grasping on in the heart, especially because it can be painful to make these shifts. It can be painful to hand something over, but know that once you hand it over, you're getting back something that is in alignment with where you're going. This is where you've been. And the energy coming through after that, this is where you're going. And the individuality coming out. And this is such a display here. If you look at the art on the card, let me see if I can get that. There we go. This is There's such depth in it. There's such depth in this, in the blues in this card. And blue can indicate throat chakra. I'm also seeing a lot of crown chakra energy in this. Just like finally spreading your wings, leaving the nest, leaving home. And even if you're 40, 30, 40, however old you are, and you haven't lived at home, there's still a piece of you that's there, stuck in a child mentality, hasn't left the nest yet, still in the family home, being coddled or punished by mom and dad. It definitely, there's a piece of you that you haven't quite updated yet. And there's a sort of grief behind it. I don't want to let go of this piece of my life, this piece of my childhood, this aspect of me that isn't ready to grow up, isn't ready to be updated. It's just a term I use because I went to therapy for a long time, and when we'd work with ego states, and they vary in age, we would update them, like show them a playthrough of my life because they're stuck. They've been hidden in the shadow, so they haven't seen the life that I'm living now, and show them, this is what you've done. This is where you're going. You're 26 years old. You're a grown up now. And, this is how we behave. This is what we want. And update that part to integrate into my current day life instead of being stuck in the past. And there's just this, in order to reach this, full expansion, this flourishing, spreading your wings energy, there's a piece of a little you in there that is just, I've said this to my partner, like, I don't wanna, that sort of like stubborn 3-year-old that wants to tantrum. So I'm going to move over to the Imperial Dragon deck and see what they have to say about this energy. Can we get more information on this ego state, this block, this fear? I'm actually coming a little short of breath right now just from talking. So there is a grief, because the lungs, they store grief, and sometimes it can feel like that as you're releasing and feeling into these parts of yourself. It can feel a little suffocating. But let's get more energy. I've got one card out of the gate, but I do feel another one wanting to come through with this block. There we go. Okay. This is beautiful. Okay. So the first card that came out is Gaia. So Gaia, she has been presenting herself in almost every single reading that I have been doing. And this is, this is a deep entanglement with Mother Earth, with Creator, in seeing that there is no separation. I thought I heard someone. That, we're coming back to this mother energy, this womb energy, really sitting in this, this being nurtured state, not just nurturing others, but allowing yourself to be nurtured and held and cradled and loved in that space. You're, being safe in the womb, just all nestled in there. Like, it's such a, even in the last reading I did, like, when I feel into this energy, it's so cozy. And this is what you're being asked to tap into. This Gaia energy keeps presenting herself to say, I'm here, I'm with you, I'm loving you, I'm cradling you, I'm helping you through this. And funny enough, with the womb stuff, the rebirth coming behind it. You're still in this incubation period with Gaia coming out first, but she's preparing you. You know, this creator energy, you are preparing yourself for this, and to be patient. Well, growing a baby inside of you takes a long time, and it takes nurturing and love and the right diet and the right exercise and treating yourself really well. And I've heard this before, like I've gotten messages coming through that were like, how would you treat your body if you were pregnant? What would you eat? What would you think? How often would you relax? What would you do for exercise? That's how you should treat your body all the time. And even if you're masculine, even if you're a man, you can still have that, you know, if if I were caring for, I always picture, you know, baby me. If I were carrying myself in the womb, how would I treat my own body now? And that's, you know, this Gaia energy inviting you into that space with yourself and allowing yourself to be nurtured and cradled by the energy around you and by yourself, so that you can be prepared for this rebirth coming through. And there's so much strength. The lightning in the background, the full moon, it's a very deep, primal, and yet very spiritual energy. And I see this happening very quickly and not abruptly, because you have been in preparation. You are preparing yourself for it, and you can feel that. But it's going to happen very quickly once it does. But you have to take the time to nurture yourself into good health, into a stable, sound mind, in order to handle this rebirth. So I do want to get one or two more cards taking us out of this reading, because this is a really beautiful energy coming through with the rebirth energy, especially. And what you're being invited into, the energy you're being invited into, in order to release these blocks and release the places that you're stuck. Sorry, the last card that just came out just like threw me into silence. Okay. So again, I shuffle these cards. I shuffle them a lot, and the same cards are wanting to present themselves. So this card has been coming out for some personal readings that I've been doing, the Divine Rebel. But a different message is coming through right now. I'm seeing, you know, the growth of this precious pearl in the center here. And again, this is very slow moving process. You know, the sand turns into a pearl, and you have to wait before you can pull the pearl out. And with the blue and the pink coming through, this is heart and throat chakra energy. You know, how to nurture yourself is tapping into those spaces. But I'm one message that did come through in past readings that's wanting to present itself again is, you know, you're removing, there's these little silver pins poking into this. So it doesn't feel like this is a free moving object. It's sort of stuck in place. And as you're removing these pins, which I would say are traumas, negative thought patterns, karmic lessons, you're removing those. And as you do, it's freeing this energy, this potent energy. And it can feel jarring and unstable, but you're being held in this womb space in order to do this. And I feel like I feel like there's not that many pins left in there either, which is an interesting message coming through. It's like I'm seeing the number 3, and again, the shortness of breath coming back up, which could indicate, rest more. I'm feeling just continue to deeply sigh and relax into yourself as you're going through this. As you remove these pins from your system, as you remove these traumas, as you remove these karmic cycles that have been passed down from your ancestors, they're deeply embedded, and it is vital for you to rest and to breathe deep, to really ground into yourself. My nose always gets super itchy. And the spirit of the Guru Mother coming out as the last, taking us out of this reading. This card is an extremely powerful feminine energy. So the spirit of the Guru Mother, as you can see the tiger in the background there, right here. This is a very precise, swift movement towards your goal. Again, like I said, it was a rebirth. I feel like it's going to happen very quickly. And the spirit of the Guru Mother, the goddess Durga, I think is how you pronounce it. It's her spear, and she gives one hearty throw, and it's very precise. It's directly, and you're the spear. You're basically you are head on plummeting towards this goal, this intention, this the center of the target. You're moving very quickly. And that's how that rebirth feels. It's a very, once you are nurtured, once you are full term, it is just full speed ahead. You're coming out. You're flourishing. Your wings are going to expand off of you. You're going to be ready to fly. This upgrading this aspect of yourself. The first one that we pulled out here. Yeah, here we go. Updating this piece of yourself that's still stuck is going to allow this energy to fully take you. And if you're feeling draggy and tired, it's because that's just the one piece of the puzzle. It's ready to be put into place. You're the one who needs to put it there. You're the one who has to make the change. You're the one who has to update this part of yourself, that has to release yourself from being stuck in the past, from being stuck in an immature, childish mentality. Not even pull out of it. It's just an adjustment. It's not getting rid of it. It's adjusting it. How do I take this energy and utilize it in my current day? Because it's useful. It's a powerful, useful energy. These inner child portions of ourselves are more authentic than our adult versions. The 2, 3, 4-year-old you, before you started shutting aspects of yourself down because it wasn't validated or it was punished, that was the authentic you. So if you're finding these pieces of yourself, tap into that. And look at that little face and say, I'm bringing you with me. I can utilize this. You are authentically me. This is authentically me. And I'm feeling, an excitement behind it, because I just found an aspect of myself like this. She's 3 years old, and she is willful and stubborn, and she takes up so much space, and she has so much energy. And when it was at that age, when I was severely punished for being too expressive, tantruming, actually. I was having a tantrum, and I was shaken for it. And I have since then, each time, even in my adulthood, when I have a tantrum or a breakdown or I lash out at someone, I internally shake myself. I punish myself for it, or I attract in external punishment. So that's just an example for myself of this very authentic part of myself that I learned to put a cap on, to bury, because at the time it wasn't safe for me to express myself in that way. But I have found her, and boy, she's ripping and roaring to come up. And I've been fighting with her because I didn't know how to utilize that amount of energy. I'm so used to being tired, so used to being bogged down and feeling old, and allowing this piece of my inner child to come up would completely alleviate that. And even this is her voice. I feel the energy, her energy behind it is more than the energy that I'm used to. So, and I was afraid of this part of me. So this, this red coming out around the edges, this is that fear energy in the root chakra, this sense of unsafety. So I give you my example, but all of you are going to have different circumstances. And as you go deep into your traumas and karmic cycles, you're facing fears, but instead of facing them and battling them, take their hand and allow them to guide you, because they don't want to fight. There's no aspect inside of you that wants to put up a fight with you. It's our need to control that causes so much resistance. Stop fighting yourself, which has come up in other videos too, and let these fears and these hidden pieces of you guide you to your power, guide you to this energy that you are being thrusted forward. You are being just so precisely directed towards your intentions that you have been setting. Whether that is to be happy, to be loved openly, to be authentic, whatever your intention has been, the stuff that's coming up now is to thrust you towards that. So, okay, I don't want to make this too long, but I'm hearing one more for the road. The road less traveled on, I should say. There we go. Temperance. Couldn't have said it better myself. So the energy that's coming up that you're learning to utilize, it's taking these aspects of you that have been pent up and repressed, and tempering that energy and balancing it and learning to utilize it in a very precise and refined way. This is a very balanced energy. 1 foot on land, 1 foot on water. Balanced inside and out, knowing how to utilize your energy. And I'm seeing, the masculine and the feminine, just these two dragons together, working together, and take your time with this. The Gaia coming out, be patient with yourself. So, I feel complete with this reading. Before I sign off here, I am offering personal readings again, as well as the guided meditations that I was putting out for a while. What I do with the guided meditation is I guide you into a place, hold space for you while you work through your blocks, and I make suggestions to help nudge you in certain directions. We can do it like this, or I send you a recording and then I do a personal reading following that. So you have time to integrate, you have time to sit with the recording for as long as you need. And I've gotten great feedback from the recordings and doing FaceTime sessions. It's a very gentle way to enter into your process and open up a safe space to be able to do this work, because it can be difficult to do it alone. And I'm here. There are so many resources out there, people who can help you, and accept that help. Even if it's not me, reaching out to people to help guide you through this process. Having a support system is really important. These are intense energies moving, and it helps to don't isolate yourself. So that message is for someone. And I hope you guys have a great week. Again, I'm going to try to put these videos out weekly. I have been very busy, but I'm going to try. So have a great week, and I'll see you next